What is Marx's concept of Bonapartism? Have you ever wondered how political power can shift in times of crisis? Marx's concept of Bonapartism provides a fascinating lens through which to view this phenomenon. At its heart, Bonapartism describes a political situation where the dominant social classes, namely the bourgeoisie and the proletariat, find themselves in a deadlock. Neither side can fully assert control over the state, creating a power vacuum. This is where a strongman or authoritarian figure can step in, positioning the state above society and acting as a mediator between conflicting class interests. In this context, the state gains a degree of independence from any one class. It uses its military and police forces to maintain order and stability, often suppressing class conflict through force. The regime does not representing the interests of just one class but claims to defend the broader interests of society. However, this unity is often just a facade, masking the ongoing class struggles beneath the surface. Marx developed this idea while analyzing Louis Bonaparte's rise to power in France, particularly in his work, The 18th Brumaire of Louis Bonaparte. After the revolutionary upheavals of 1848, the French bourgeoisie was too weak to govern effectively. Meanwhile, the proletariat was not strong enough to take power. This stalemate allowed Louis Bonaparte to establish an authoritarian regime that stood above the classes. He used state power to stabilize capitalist rule while suppressing democratic and working-class movements. Key features of Bonapartism include the state's relative autonomy from direct control by either the bourgeoisie or the proletariat. The state becomes a power in itself, using military and police forces to enforce order. It stabilizes capitalist rule during crises by preventing either class from gaining full control. A strongman leader often emerges, claiming to representing national unity while masking ongoing class conflicts. Later Marxist thinkers extended this concept to analyze other regimes where the state acted independently to manage class tensions. For instance, Leon Trotsky described Stalinism and Fascism as forms of Bonapartism. These regimes arose to defend capitalist interests during revolutionary moments, even if they did not adhere to democratic norms. From a European historical perspective, Bonapartism illustrates how capitalist societies can produce authoritarian regimes. These regimes may temporarily suspend democratic governance to maintain the system during instability. Understanding Bonapartism helps explain why certain European states have shifted from democratic to authoritarian rule. These regimes often claim to transcend class divisions but ultimately serve capitalist interests through force and political manipulation. This concept remains relevant today, especially when analyzing political crises and the rise of strongman leaders in capitalist societies.